Well, fast food is certainly unhealthy by some extent, some would argue. Many make the argument, though, that it pales in comparison to the adverse health effects of tobacco. And now a local advocacy group is sounding the alarm when it comes to new kinds of tobacco hitting store shelves.
The focus is on flavored tobacco products. They say targets kids, and a recent public service announcement tackles it head on.
The tobacco industry is targeting kids
by adding fruit and candy flavors to their products.
How dumb do they think we are?
just because something tastes good.
It doesn't mean it's not dangerous.
Would you drink berry blossom bleach?
Would you eat raspberry rat poison?
How about dark chocolate toilet bowl cleaner?
Get real, big tobaccos.
We're not fooled by your candy coating.
That is shocking. Here to talk more about the issues are Stephen McCloskey, Duval County Health Dept Tobacco Prevention Program Manager, Kirkland Blackwell of the Tobacco-Free Jacksonville Coalition SWAT Youth, and Gavin Rollins, Keystone Heights City Councilman.
Thanks to all of you for coming. We appreciate it. Gavin and Kirk will get to you guys in just a second, but I'll start off with you, Stephen. You have termed and dubbed these tobacco products that they're trying to sell to children as sweet deception and candy-flavored death. Why did you name them that?
Well, when you really look at the whole issue, first of all, I'm from public health. And public health, we're supposed to be looking out for the public's health. And the number one preventable cause of death is quitting smoking and quitting using tobacco products. And it kills 400,000 people a year in the United States, 28,600 in Florida alone. That's about 80, people per day of Floridians that die. So, that's the initial premise, and then we're looking at the products and they're becoming more sophisticated. There are more restrictions on where you can smoke, so the smokeless tobacco products have been coming out, and a lot of them are aimed at children because the statistics show that 90% of the adult long-term smokers are starting before age 18, the legal age. So the kids under 18 are the appeal is with candy flavors and aromas and bright colors. And so that's what we wanted to bring attention to as sweet deception.
Yeah, the tobacco companies, you say, are definitely using a marketing strategy aimed towards kids.
Yes.
And I'm not proud of this myself, but at 14, I wanted to be older. I wanted to hang out with the older kids, and I started smoking. It was very accessible. I mean, literally, 18-year-olds can get it. So you got friends that are 18, and you just bum a cigarette off of them, or just about anybody. So it's really an accessible thing. How long-term smokers, how young are they getting started?
The data is showing that they're getting started before, 90% of them are getting started before the legal age of 18. And so what do kids like under 18? They like candy. And so when you started, it was a cigarette, and a lot of people didn't smoke because they would cough or whatever. Then I went to dip, and that was kind of icky, and there were bitter tastes. Now they're widening that point of entry and gateway into an addiction to tobacco to be more palatable.
We're looking at some of the quotes by people who work for these companies. Specifically the one on the screen now saying, realistically, if our company is to survive and prosper over the long term, we must get our share of the youth market. And that is coming from inside these boardrooms, their marketing strategies.
Absolutely.
So let's take a look at some of the products now that these companies are coming up with to try to corner kids and get them hooked on tobacco. So let's look at this first. I'm going to hold it up and you tell me what this is all about here.
Okay, one of the things that a lot of people use is dip because of the fact that they can't smoke at work or whatever. But then they have to get rid of the tobacco, the loose tobacco, and spit it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now they've come up with a spitless tobacco in like a little tea bag. So now that overcomes that barrier, and so they've made a product so that so you don't have to spit.
Oh, come on! So you just swallow it.
Yes.
So you put this in your mouth and you just swallow it, and when you're done, you toss out the bag.
Right.
This one is really startling at home. If you got a chance to look at this, have you ever seen those Listerine strips? You kind of put them on your tongue and it dissolves, right? This is the same thing, but it's tobacco. It's a strip that dissolves on your tongue.
Exactly. And the whole point, again, is getting it into their system, getting the nicotine addiction so that when they turn 18, they're going to continue to use, and it'll be a lifelong addiction. It killed my father. emphysema, heart disease, all kinds of things.
And there's another one shaped like a Tic Tac as well.
This is not right. Now, Kirk, you're involved with SWAT. Tell us about SWAT and why how the Tobacco-Free Coalition here in Jacksonville feels about these new products on the market.
Okay, well, SWAT, or Students Working Against Tobacco, is a youth-driven organization. It's usually found in high schools, some in middle schools, but we're all about encouraging and empowering other youth about the sweet deception of tobacco industries. You know, they're targeting us, and I feel that I'm being subtly targeted by these tobacco industries, so we have to do something about it with some preemptive strike. So we want to enlighten other people and empower them with the facts about the tobacco industry. You saw earlier with the quote that they're directly targeting us and they're trying to market off of us. So they want to get lifelong customers that they can make money off of. They're looking for dollars, but they're using deception, disguise, which can lead to disease and death. So we want to empower the youth and get our knowledge up to basically be able to counteract this tobacco industry, and that's what we're all about.
And who better than you guys, the youth, to tell the youth what's going on and enlighten them? Good job.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Gavin, when you look at some of these products here, like the Tic Tacs, that they're tobacco Tic Tacs almost. You know,
Right.
It's not Tic Tac the company, but obviously the tobacco company is making a replica. What are you doing as a city council member in Keystone Heights to try to combat this?
Well, first of all, as a city, we passed a resolution that was in support of SWAT and tobacco prevention, and that brought awareness, and that's the biggest thing. We need to educate, and that's what this program is all about, I think, and we need to educate and bring awareness to this issue. I think a lot of parents and school administrators and different people don't know that these products are out there, and a lot of kids are deceived by them, and so we need to bring greater awareness so that armed with the facts, people can make the proper choice and say no to these products and smoking.
Gavin, Kirk, and Stephen, we've run out of time, but thank you so
guys.
much for giving us, and hopefully parents at home can learn a little thing or two about how to protect their children against these tobacco products. We also want to thank the Duval County Health Department as well, the Tobacco Prevention Program, and the Tobacco-Free Jacksonville Coalition for sponsoring this segment.
They invite you to come out to their next event at the Riverside Arts Market on Saturday, June 25th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Bring the whole family because there will be games and prizes. That's right. You can also get involved with the education campaign by calling 904-253-1600 or by logging on to tobaccofreejacksonville.org.
Coalition meetings are the first Tuesday of each month from 12 to 1 p.m. at 515 West 6th Street in Jacksonville. It's room number 335. Any youth interested in earning community service hours and developing their leadership skills can join Students Working Against Tobacco, or SWAT, which we heard about a moment ago. The number is 253-1338 for more information.